Okay, what we're going to do today is we're going to try to make some sorghum syrup. The wind took most of this over, and we're going to try to get a few pieces of it and see if we can't show you how to make some syrup. I've done got a few pieces already cut, so what we'll do is take these right here, these shears, and we'll prune this off a few pieces here. See if we can't make us some molasses. Okay, we'll get us a couple of cans here. Show you the process here, how this can be done. Cuts real easy. I'll show you in a minute. That's enough to get started here and show you. And what we do here, it's real simple. These leaves, they just slide right off. I throw them across the fence over here for the horses. Strip them off. And then where this seed head goes down, oh, I'll cut that baby off right there. Get a little closer where you can see this. Just strip the leaves, and you know, if this wasn't blowed over, I'd do this while it was standing up. I don't know whether it blowed over. It got so big, tall, and heavy that it just fell over. Take her off right there. Throw that over for the horses. Same process. Now what I'm fixing to show you is something that if a person was out without and wanted something sweet, you can plant a few seeds and make your own syrup. Now this is the tops, sorghum seed. I don't think them is mature enough to make any viable seeds to plant, but I've still got some standing. We're going to let them go to seed. But anyway, that's what you do. And of course, it's like I say, I've already yesterday evening, I've done cut some of these, so we'll take these down here with the others. Okay. Let me lay these right here where they'll be easy to get. nothing no better than a good towel to wipe the sweat. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how I do this. It's pretty simple. And I know that this is, if you've got a cane meal, sorghum meal, it's a lot better. I cut the knuckles and cut the knuckles off. It's right up to the knuckle, put the piece of cut in the bucket. Now you'd think this take a long time. Well, let's just wait and see what the results is. It's really not that complicated. But I'll tell you, if we had no other alternative, no other way of doing things, but just what I'm doing here. It would be worth doing. I cut the joint out, and it makes that next process a lot simpler. You may think that this is kind of ridiculous and complicated, labor intensive. But so's breaking beans. And just like I say, once you get in the hang of this, it goes pretty swift. Now you've seen how much cane was here. This is a little pile right here, and 5 or 6 stalks that I put over here. And what we're going to do is just show you how much juice that you can get from just a few canes if you do it this way. Okay, we'll do one more if we can get it in there. Cutting the joints, that's all. Just taking the knuckles out. And then, of course, there's one more step before we take this in the house and process it into juice. Well, I say one more. Actually, there's 2 little steps. Like I say, cut them joints out. Okay. Now we've got that done. That's done. I hate to keep griping about the heat, but my goodness, it's not the heat. It's pretty nasty today. It's the humidity. Ridiculous. I'm going to try to get up here close and give you a kind of a little view of what I'm fixing to do here. And it's like I say, it's simple, nothing to it. But this part right here is probably the most labor-intensive part. Just a joint of sorghum. And what I do is take my knife. I hope you can see me here. And just split that just a little. Just get that outer side. And that peels, it's just slick. You just go around it. Take your knife, pry it outward. Just take that off, just like that. That's what you're after. Couple more here. And what you've got left is the pulp, the inside. The inside. Pretty sweet. Not like sugar cane, but pretty sweet. I mean, there's no effort there. No effort. Inside. One more. Show you one more. Side by side. Right under the bark, if you want to call it that. That's where 99% of your juice is at anyway. It's all we're after. I'll just sit here and just peel that off. And it don't take long at all. A couple of buckets here. Now this is doing this if you have no other option. This is just to show you that this can be done without horses and a lot of equipment. Of course, if you were doing this to sell or doing this on a large volume, you'd want a mill to squeeze the juice out of this. But again, I'm just showing you that this can be done by hand, one guy, and very minimum amount of tools and a little effort. Okay, we're just about done. A few minutes later, I don't know, I'm gonna say maybe 15 minutes, 20 tops. And that'll be it. Couple of more little pieces. All right. This is no worse. This stage right here of it, no worse than breaking beans. All right, let's take her inside and we'll do the next part. Now that we've got our juice, we're going to put this on and kind of green, ain't it? This right here came from a 5-gallon bucket of sorghum pulp after taking the skin off of it, the bark off of it. And what we're going to do is pour right here in this pan. Like I say, you'll be surprised, very surprised how much juice that cane's got in it. So we're talking, we've got 3 5-gallon buckets of cane cut like I had just showed you how to do there. And actually we had just a little bit more in one bucket than we had in the other. We'll go ahead and put it in there. So now what we've got in there so far is 2 gallons in 1 quart. Now let's fire this baby up. Probably wouldn't hurt to turn the gas on. Okay. Now let's fire this baby up. All right. We don't want it to, we want it to heat up, but not crazy. Not in the beginning anyway. So that don't take 1 second to get hot. Pull this tray out toward me. Lets the heat come up through the back, not here in your face. Okay. I'll turn you back on when that heats up. While that's heating up, I'll go ahead and show you how I do this right here. Take a set of snippers. Felco number 8s. Anything, it don't matter. Knife, whatever. I just take these and cut them inch and a half to 2 inches long. No purpose other than what we're doing is we're shortening the fibers. Just one little process, little step that really makes a lot of difference in what we're fixing to do. Now this is what we cut today. This water here I done yesterday evening. But you get the point. It takes about probably 5 minutes just to snip them off. No set rule. Just an inch or 2 long. And what this does, it's like I say, it cuts the fibers. Rather than to have big, long, stringy fibers that's 6 or 8 inches long, these are just little short ones. And what that does, that keeps that from binding up on our juicer. That's how we're going to extract the liquid out of this pulp. It don't take but just a few minutes. Besides, that's heating up. This is not labor intensive at all. Now if you was making gallons and gallons and gallons of this stuff, of this syrup, again, like I say, you'd want to have a proper way of extracting this juice in large quantities, large vats. But anyway, this, and I'm going to show you once this gets juiced out of what we processed out there, how much liquid's going to come out of this. And what I'm guessing, compared to what I done yesterday, I'm going to say that they would be between 3/4 of a gallon and 1 gallon of sorghum juice, sap. That's it. She's empty. There's them big long fibers I was telling you we're trying to ignore or avoid. Can't ignore them. Okay. I'll set this in the house and cover it up for right now. She's starting to steam. And that's what we're after right there. We're wanting to make her boil. All right, we'll let her go for a while, and we'll see. Okay. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Okay, let me get that other gallon. Now right here is what we got out of that 5-gallon bucket of pulp. Almost a gallon. Now we'll set that right over here. We'll use that later. Have to stir this just a little bit. And I'm going to crank it up just a little bit to get this process underway just a little bit quicker. Now I'll go ahead and, once this comes to a rolling boil, I'll turn the camera back on. Okay, she's starting to boil just a little bit. We'll give it a little stir here, keep everything mixed up. Starting to steam pretty good. It's getting there. That's what we've got to do. Reduce this liquid down. Turn her up just a little bit more. It'll take a while. And here's a little step that I almost forgot to show you. After you juice that, get the juice in it. After you get your juice, this is what we squeezed today, juice today. We've got to strain that because in that juicer it passes so much pulp through. So what we're going to do, we put a rubber band around this bucket with a towel. I know you're supposed to use cheesecloth, but you know, I'm just saying some people may not have cheesecloth. I'm just doing this to show you that you can use a towel. So there's that gallon of juice, and what we're doing is filtering it, taking the pulp off, and when that runs through, it's almost done right now. I'll show you the pulp that come off of that. And of course, that's off of 3 gallon and a quart, which that wasn't hardly full, so I'm going to say, let's just call this 3 gallon. We'll call this 3 gallon. And you can see here, she's about through. And you'll see the fiber that passed through that juicer. This is pretty crucial that you strain this. And then you'll see the look at the fiber. That might make for some fibrous syrup. Anyway, you need to get that off. That has to be strained. So we pull that, and that rubber band will pop right off. Take the ends of your towel and make sure that you get it to where it won't, no fiber gets back through there. All right, we'll lay this over here and deal with that later. And while I've got this off, we're going to go ahead, heat it up. It's going to stop the boiling process, so we'll go ahead and get this in there, and that way that'll be the end of that. Okay. Give her a quick little stir. And I'll go ahead and bring you back here just in a few minutes, a little while, take an hour maybe or so. And I'll let this reduce down, at least down to 50%. And then we'll go take it from there. She's coming to a good boil now. She'll be getting rid of some moisture. She's bringing the skimmings up. Those skimmings here in a little bit will have to come off. I would assume that's maybe chlorophyll. We've got a little tea filter here. We can take them skimmings off with. Works pretty good. That's that. There'll be a few more work up. Not near as many. It's getting there. Quarters of an inch. Getting darker. Thicker. She's a cooking, man. It won't be long till she'll start that foaming. And when she does that, she's getting mighty close. Thick, getting thick. A lot thicker. I'll turn you back on in a minute. Okay, now you can see that she's getting a brown color now, instead of that bright green. She's thickening up, getting more syrupy all the time, but still ain't hardly done. It won't be long. It won't be too long. We'll have to reduce the heat just a little bit. Yeah, she's turning into sugar now. Okay. I reduced the heat down a little. And you can see that, I hope you can see how she's still get a little heat on it, a boiling, but you can see how she's good and thick. See how thick that is? Now it's just a brown right now, and it would work. It's sweet and hot. Yeah, boy. At the end of the day, like when you get right to this point and taste of that, you realize then that the whole ordeal was worth it. I'm going to turn it up and take her down just a little bit more. Make her just a little darker. You don't want to burn it right now. Critical. You want to just keep it moving. Keep it moving. You can see where she gets up on the side. Of course, that side over there is the hottest. I'm going to call that it right there, and I'm going to shut her down. Take most all the heat off of it. Keep this stirred and mixed. Now I'll turn you back on once I get this bottled. Well worth it. Well, this is it. Well, almost 3/4, but not hardly. That's where I figured, about right there from there to there. 3 gallon. You see how thick this gets. Look at that. Good. Very good. So that's it. That's from the field to the jar. Worth every minute. Worth every minute.